Steelman of NC State in 2, Elise Thorner of New Mexico in 3, Gracie Hyde of Arkansas in 4. Katie Rainsberger, we saw her fifth-year senior make her debut in the steeplechase about a month ago at that Stanford invite that we called. She goes in lane 5, and she ran just over 10 minutes in that debut. I expect her to go faster here. Sarah Musselman of BYU goes in 6, Sarah Latour of NC State in 7, Melissa Mangini of Missouri in 8, Lexi Halliday of BYU goes in 9, Mahala Norris of Air Force in 10, Simon Plord of BYU in 11, Katie Struthers of Utah State in 12, Abby Jensen of Utah State in 13, Emily Chaston of Colorado State in 14, Caitlin Mitchum of Wyoming in 15, Malia Pivic of Boise State in 16, Washington State's Carolyn Jirotich goes in 17, Mary Dunford of BYU in 18, Alyssa Mraz Fishbane of Colorado in 19. Maddie Moffitt goes in 20. She runs for BYU. Pia Richards of Washington State in 21. Whitney Valenti, Colorado 22. Rachel Christer, Air Force 23. And her teammate Reina Frucci in 24.
My bad. I said it was a smaller field, but I forgot they had to combine the steeple from earlier into this heat. So we actually, it's actually, but it's 2 different races. We have a group that's going to be trying to run more like 10:20 to 10:30, and then a group up front that's going to be well under 10 minutes. So they're not going to be getting in each other's way. In fact, right away to the front, you can see they're just getting right on it. I believe that's Musselman taking in.
So Hannah Steelman of NC State.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
that's
Wayment
Courtney
and NC
Wayment.
State's
4-time All-American
Steelman.
Courtney Wayment. This is, her first. This is, I think, her first steeple, if I'm not mistaken, since 2017. She's been really good in this event over the years. Done so much. She was the NCAA indoor champ this spring or this winter in the 3K. Also anchored the DMR to a national championship. So, and been really strong in cross country. She's done a little bit of everything in this sport. And really, the steeple was kind of her thing. And then now she's kind of gone away from it. And now she's back. And I'm excited to see how she's doing. Well, right to the front, though.
Yeah, that's a great first group there. You got Waymont along with Steelman and Rainsberger there in 4th, and Gracie Hyde of Arkansas.
Yeah. So those are the key players right there up front. They're out on pace right away at like sub 940 pace. Yeah, we loved watching Rainsberger at Stanford. I mean, she ran that solo. There was only 2 women in the race, and it was just a good way for her to debut. She ran 10 flat. So now we said, hey, it'll be interesting to see how she does with some competition, and now here she gets it. So I mean, Steelman has to be fired up from what she saw from her teammate just about 20 minutes ago in the 5K. Little trip up there for Wayman.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, NC State.
And Rainsberger, we've talked about her before, but not afraid to mix it up and talk about different events. I mean, she goes out and runs 10 flat in her first steeple, and she did it alone. I mean, we called that race about a month ago at Stanford, and she just did it completely on her own. But talk about range. I mean, she kind of has done it all. The 5th-year senior comes back, jumps in the steeplechase, and all that to say, she's not afraid to mix it up here in the front either.
940 pace up front for them. There you got BYU kind of bang, bang, bang there on the rail, leading that second pack with Mahala Norris of Air Force right in there with her. She's kind of had a breakthrough year, Mahala Norris. She had an awesome winter. In fact, the same weekend, this is the craziness of 2021, she was All-American 4th in the indoor 3K behind Wayment, and then turned around 2 days later and was an All-American in cross country. So a breakthrough winter for Mahala Norris, and then here she is in the steeple kind of in that second pack. That group is kind of running right around 10 flat pace. And the lead group is right around 940, 945.
Here's a name for you. The stadium record belongs to Charlotte Prouse. Yep. We saw her course in that 5K, 947.43 back in 2018. Charlotte Prouse getting better known kind of as that steeplechaser, but I don't know.
Steelman looks real in control right now. I'm a little worried about Gracie Hyde. She looks like she's been digging to hang in at maybe a pace like we talked about. The steeplechase can kind of suck you into being a little too quick early.
Rainsberger at 10 flat currently sits at 15 on the national list. So you have 14 athletes under 10 minutes, led by Joyce Camelli of Auburn, with a 9:37. We don't even know if she's going to actually run that. So talented at the various distance events, but I think you gotta be, in those 940s to kind of be in the mix.
Steelman's kind of chomping at the bit, keeps pulling to Wayment's shoulder, partly to get that clean look at the barrier instead of hurdling from behind. But every time she does, Wayment kind of pulls away, not really wanting to give in at all. So the two of them are just kind of banging back and forth. And then Rainsberger's just kind of hanging out there. She hasn't, they created space, but it's not like they're distancing themselves from her.
No, I'm a little surprised, though, to not see her stay connected. She looked like she was ready to make an aggressive move.
And you know what? I don't think Wayment or Steelman are really all that technically great right now in the water pit. So the door could be open for Rainsberger if she can mount a little of that 1500 speed she has. Not get back in it here.
Yeah, maybe over the water, but they're not bad over the barriers.
They're really great. The water pit is Wayment kind of has that foot hanging out underneath it. That worries me that she's going to clip it. That was a good lap for Wayment. She kind of turned it up just a notch there. They're still on like 9:45 pace. And again, remember, as I said, the steeple, you can make a lot up in that last couple laps. We saw that happen in the men's race.
And for Hannah Steelman, transfer from Wofford, she was an All-American in the indoor 3K while running for Wofford. She still sits in second. Waymont, though, still, pretty much in control for BYU.
Steelman is 4 in the NCAA. Thorner, not in the 7, and Hyde is 10. So, we've got some of the top steeplechasers, top 10 already this year in the country in this race. So, we're seeing a good dose of what, the top of the NCAA championship is going to look like. Wayman is really putting it on Steelman, really just trying to put her away early. But Steelman still has a lot of run in her. And Rainsberg's just been kind of steady Eddie right there in third.
Yeah, a little bit of a stutter there going into that.
We'll see. Like I said, they haven't been 100% clean, but they're getting it done. 7:07, so that's the fastest lap of the day for Wayman. She's now got herself on 9:40 pace with 2 to go, and she's coming with some heat. So she's actually gonna, if she can maintain this trajectory, she might get down into the mid to low 930s. And let's keep an eye on the #1 time in the NCAA, 9:37.97. The way Wayman running right now, I think she's going to have that by the end of this run.
Well, we've already seen a number of the top lists nationally, if not be completely rewritten in some cases, at least be shuffled up a bit, and Wayman still looking incredibly strong. You mentioned her cross-country chops, and she's done it over a number of years. She was 23rd in 2018 as a, we say a junior, whatever, extra senior year, whatever you want to call it, but she was 5th in 2019 and has just run so well for the Cougars of BYU for so long, as you see the teammates cheering on.
All right, so Wayman is now running against Camelli from Auburn. Camelli from Auburn is right out there in front of her. Let's see if she can go chase her down. Camelli of Auburn is #1 in the country at 9:37.97 as she's coming up on the bell. She's gonna need probably about 76.
8:22 at the bell. We need that Mario Kart technology with the ghost out in front.
Maybe 75, and she just ran a 75. So I think she's going to get the #1 time in the country.
You said it earlier. Those last laps in the steeple.
Rainsberger might be available. Steelman might be available to Rainsberger if she moves. Mahala Norris coming by the 8:46. This group's going to have a shot at breaking 10 over here, but let's keep an eye on Wayman. She's got one more water pit. Like I said, I haven't loved how her foot has been kind of hanging underneath her every time she goes through that water pit, so let's hope she gets through clean, and let's keep an eye on the clock.
This is an incredible run from Courtney Wayment of BYU.
She really drags that foot.
Joyce Camelli, the leading time, 9:37.97. She ran that on April 16th, but look at the way she attacks these barriers. No problem at all for Courtney Wayment of BYU. She's done it on the cross-country course. She's done it on the track. We'll keep an eye just a tick over 9:30, 9:31.36. 9:31.36. That ties. That makes her the 5th fastest performer in NCAA history, just ahead of Well, just behind Colleen Quigley while she was at Florida State. Did you hear me, Scott? Fifth
Sorry,
fastest.
I saw it. It was a great race for second. That's unbelievable. What a great way to finish off.
Holy smokes.
We started the day with 6th fastest collegiate all time in the 10K, and now we finished with 5th fastest collegiate all time. Unbelievable bookends to an amazing day here at Veterans Stadium.
So Courtney Wayment, let me give you a list. Let me tell you who's ahead of Courtney Wayment in the NCAA all-time. Number 1, Courtney Frerichs, New Mexico. Heard of her? American record holder. Emma Coburn, World Championship gold medalist, 2017. Jenny Behringer, Simpson. Oh yeah, you know that name, Colorado. She's 3rd. Colleen Quigley from Florida State, Olympian, is in that 4th spot. And now the 5th fastest performer of all time. You just saw it here, folks. Courtney Wayment of BYU. What a year they're having as a team, and what a run from Courtney Wayment.
Yeah, I mean, BYU women did about what the NAU men did out here today.